The Lenfest is very special in the sense that it came up with the idea that it's not okay. It's not just okay to publish your stuff and leave it out there. Number one, even the publication process needs collaboration. You need partnership. You need to co-create knowledge. And so that, I think, was a real beautiful niche that the Lenfest program actually filled, specifically. We want policy relevant research that is co-created and that is taken out to the people who can actually use the information.
By training, I'm a fisheries stock assessment scientist, and I work very closely with the industry. So in the past, I tried to avoid actually working with the foundations because I want to be seen as more kind of a scientist, do good science. But this one really changed my attitude towards how we can work in the kind of interface of science and policy. Now we have in my lab we have a science-based fisheries management program. That's brand new. I don't think I can have that kind of research area or research expertise without these two projects.
So my experience of philanthropic funding has been much broader than Lenfest. I'd have to say Lenfest is a breath of fresh air in the flexibility that they showed and the approach to being able to bring things in and pivot as needed based on findings along the way. That advances the actual on-the-ground outcomes with the science way more than doing the blue sky science and then just yelling at people to get it transferred.
All I can say is it's been an incredible experience working with the Lenfest team. From start to finish of the project, we have been supported in an incredible way in the design of the project, in setting it up, thinking about partnerships, and also developing amazing opportunities to communicate about what we're doing with groups that weren't even on our radar at the start of it. I am incredibly grateful, and I'm such a fangirl of Lenfest and everything that the program has done and is doing.
One of the most different things about what we've been doing with Lenfest and other kinds of projects is that we need to interface with the community. It's all about that, and how you do that is not well defined. So organizations that have that as the goal, the communication, the interaction, the development of that particular kind of project is crucial.
We were working on something that at the time sounded truly bizarre to most people that we tried to explain it to. It was to help develop a new math for setting fishing quotas and predicting what might happen in the future, not only to any one species of fish, but to the whole system. Now, here's the thing though. Nobody knew what we were talking about. And the math is simple, but really hard for people to wrap their head around because it's the opposite of what we usually did. And working with Lenfest, the whole point was to go into an enterprise of that sort. It was extremely helpful.
We have had funding to do all sorts of applied ecological work, some social ecological work, but none of that funding has allowed us to do the actions on the ground and the mobilization of the knowledge to policy like the Lenfest grant. That kind of funding is unique and it's irreplaceable.
I really think that the work that Lenfest did, the horizon scanning and scoping part of I don't know if it was every project, But all the horizon scanning and scoping that Lenfest did in advance of every project that I was engaged in meant that we were really well positioned to address questions that were of the utmost concern to the scientific community and stakeholders, and without that really careful, extensive engagement before the project started, I think there's no way we would have been as successful as we were.
The thing that was really, really incredibly helpful was the outreach part. That I'm not very good at that. So I credit a lot of the success and practical implementation of the fisheries EDM work entirely to you guys. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done it.
I'd have to say that the Lenfest Fish Task Force was just an amazing project for me. And I knew it was a big deal when I got the grant, but it exceeded my expectations. So I think the way the Lenfest Ocean Program does things and is structured is critically important, and I hope something like it will come to take its place in the future. It's been a great, great program.